Hello. Yeah, I just wanted to show you what I have here going on. Uh, I keep talking about protecting our panels from hail and stuff, and today is going to might be a good example of that because we got some nasty storms rolling in. Um, they're forecasted for this evening, and yeah, they actually had some roll through to the north 3 days ago, and yeah, they had I think they said it F2 or something blow through, a couple little tornadoes, and some hail got some major damage. So it's a thing here in this part, in Texas. So whenever the humidity jumps up like it did when we go dry to real humid like it is now with all these winds, we're pretty much guaranteed hail. It just depends on the size. So you can see, the panels up on the roof part, that they are what they are, and everybody deals with them all the time. So here's the two panels, the two panel carts that I have. The short one tucks underneath the taller one there. I actually want to make that short one just a little bit taller. It'd be a little bit easier to move around. And I just used up whatever wood I had laying around. I got to get some better stuff. But you can see I unplugged it. Plugs are hanging right over here. And so they're underneath, the carport over here. Now if we have a strong south wind, well, it is what it is. I mean, can't protect it from everything. But here's that 4-panel that's now folded up against the garage shop, and I have it locked down where it's heavy enough I can do it by myself, but I've been having my wife come out here, just give me a hand. It's quite heavy. I wish I would have made two-panel apparatuses, where it would have been just a little bit easier to maneuver for one person too. And then you can see I have it latched down at the bottom over there, where it if the wind catches it, shouldn't go anywhere. I still got to get a pin in there. And then the same thing on this side. Have that down there, same thing. I gotta get a pin down in there. We just put it down here, and I went to quick get this tape before the storm brews up in here. But yeah, you can see how them two kind of fit. That one I can make just a little bit taller, and I think it'll still fit in there real nice. But the last thing you want to have if you have a storm blow through and knock you without power is no way to charge your batteries. And if all your panels were destroyed with hail, I would at least like to come out. If we get pounded that bad and without power, I'd at least like to have two good working panels where still keep the batteries charged up. Well, luckily we didn't get any of that hail, so my wife and I got everything set back up, the panels back up, and these push back out. So yeah, I'd rather go through that and not have hail than don't put the stuff down and end up having hail. So it's supposed to be hot today, so we'll see if the AC and everything relays start working like I hope. Yeah, I just wanted to show you the relays are on. I actually have to, it's supposed to get up to 104, so we turn the air on. So you can see up there the lights on the relays are on. And yes, I did change this around a little bit, so you can hear one of the fans is actually, the fan on this one is running right now because they are warming up. Our water heater was on right before I turned the air on, so they're warming up. And originally I had them over here, if you remember. There, that fan kicked off on that grid tie, and I rethought it, and I'm still waiting for the proper cord to come in for the AC over here. Right now I'm actually powering my shop and garage just with the grow watt, so it's not, I'm off grid over here, in the shop right now. So it's just using the grow out. I'm just testing the battery, kind of the battery life a little bit. I leave, one time I leave the lights on and see what the battery draws when I came, in the morning. Just to kind of give me a clue what we have. But you can see right now, I don't have any kilowatt meters yet. I have to order some, but these are pushing about 5 amps. And that, you can see 4.9 on this one and 4.7 on that one. It's almost noon, so pretty soon it'll be peak time. So they should be pushing 5 amps on each phase. And then that grid tie up there, that's still the one that it just idles along at about 200 watts, and that just fills in all the computers that are on the standby on the TV, the idle, all the crap that just takes up power just being plugged in. But I did move these inverters over here. It just made more sense so this side is by the panel, and you can see I have this on here. That's the main that for my sub panel that goes back into the house, so I know not to turn that on if I have the grow watt on. So I'll have to turn that other breaker off. It's just a reminder for myself in case I'm in a rush one day to do that. But I cleaned this up out here, and because I'm really interested in getting another grow watt, and I'm going to put that over here. I think I'm going to move this breaker box. This is the AC breaker box, and I'm going to move it over to this side just to kind of keep all the DC and AC separated. So that way it'll just look a little bit cleaner, and it'll be a little bit easier for, just always thinking about my wife being here when I'm at work or something and lose the power. Just a little bit more simple for her to come out here and, throw some switches that are all in a row and numbered properly for her. So the easier the better. Yeah, just missed it. The fan was on this one here. I just wanted to you can see it's about 133, 134. I think the fans are set up to go on at about 135 degrees on these things. This one up here is about 120. So yeah, I just want to show you, these do run hot, and you can actually see the difference on each side, because on this side is the fan, and it's the same on the bottom. The fan actually goes on this side, so if you check it even from side to side, it's about a 10 degree different. 125 on this side and 135, 36 on this side. The fan just kicked down on this one. So there, and that's only running these at 500 watts right now. So I'm kind of guessing what they would be doing if we were pushing like 800 watts into them. So I mean, they do run hot, and I actually have the ceiling fan on here, and just to help circulate the air, because it is going to get warm. Right now it's like 85 in the shop here, and so it's going to get warmer out there today. So at least that keeps the air flowing, and that actually isn't costing me anything to run, because that's running off of solar right now on the grow watt, because the shop is separated from the grid. And you can see even the fan on that one's kicking in too, so it's warm, and that one's only, like I say, 230 watts it's putting out, and already the fan's kicking in. So, and it's really not hot. I know it's up higher on the wall, but it's really not hot with that ceiling fan running in the shop over here. And yeah, the other thing I thought I'd mention, like I say, right now these are each pushing about 500 watts. Fans cycling on this one again. Even these cords are warm. I mean, they're not hot, they're not scary in any way, but they're definitely warm. So I'm thinking if you want to be pushing more than just 500-600 watts out of these, I would definitely do an upgrade on those cheap. And they're probably, I didn't look up, but I'm guessing they're probably 16 gauge. If that, it's probably the overseas 16 gauge. I'll just say that. Yeah, we just missed it. I walked. No sooner did I walk away, and yeah, you can see the relays kicked off. My air conditioner kicked off, so they're shut down now. Fans still going because they are warm. So yeah, it is working. So my AC when it's running is drawing about 20 amps on a phase, and so this is making up about 5 amps of that. So that's only 25%. I kind of wish I would have 5 panels on each one, but that's an easy thing to do. I'd rather add as necessary. So I'll have to look at maybe ordering some more panels. Yeah, you remember when I said it was supposed to get a little warm and we were going to turn on our air conditioner? If you can read that, yeah, that's 113 degrees, my friends. But it's a dry heat. It's only 10% humidity. So if you ever wanted to feel what it feels like being in a blast furnace, just come on down to Texas and stand outside in the sun. And if you're saying that got to be in the sun, no, my friend. There's that temperature probe. It is in the shade and in the wind. So, yeah, it's 113 in the shade, in the wind. Whoa, that got hot yesterday. It's actually in the morning right now. It's 9 o'clock. No, actually 9:30-ish. And it's already hitting 90 degrees. But yes, it did get hot yesterday. I just wanted to report that these worked great. Right now, the heat pump air conditioner is not working. That's actually the water heater that has these inverters on. So it worked. It worked all day yesterday as far as every time the air kicked on, these kicked on, kicked off, they kicked off. I did notice one time one of the fans stayed running on one of these. I just turned the power off, turned it back on the bottom of the inverter, and it stopped the fan. I'll have to keep an eye on that. So, but otherwise, it is working. Right now, I'm hooked up to the grid right now. I have that turned on. I have to go out and our well pump we have one set up for irrigation, so I have to turn this back on because I'm not set up for 240 out here yet. So I have this, and I have this over here just as a reminder not to turn the grow watt on because I don't want to blow that up. So I just wanted to give you a little report that it seemed to work all day yesterday, and it's supposed to be getting record heat again today. So we will keep you posted. Bye bye.